Aufnahme starten. So, ja. Also beim ersten Video vom Livestream her gab es auch wieder Probleme, weil die der Intro-Song von der Fernsehserie wird in dem Spiel auch verwendet. Da gab es dann natürlich wieder Sachen hier, geschützter Inhalt, bla bla bla. So, noch kurz zum Anfang von der ersten Episode, was da so wichtig oder was da so interessant war und so weiter. Die erste Episode fängt mit der roten Hochzeit an, mit der Red Wedding. Red Wedding ist Episode, weiß ich gar nicht, 8, 9 oder 10 von der dritten Staffel. Im Endeffekt, weil da auch schon ein paar Namen gefallen sind, dass zum Beispiel Robb Stark der König des Nordens ist und so weiter. Robb Stark stirbt da, seine Mutter stirbt da und seine Frau, die er da heiratet, stirbt da mit ihrem Kind, das noch im Bauch ist. Und die wurden getötet vom Haus, wenn ich es jetzt nicht falsch sage, Frey, und Lannister hat, glaube ich, auch ein bisschen was damit zu tun. Das Haus Lannister. Aber hauptsächlich Haus Frey, wenn ich es richtig im Kopf habe. Und ja. So, wir spielen ein eigenständiges Haus. Beziehungsweise Charaktere aus diesem Haus. Jetzt fällt mir der Name nicht ein. Ironwood, glaube ich. Nee, Forrester. So heißt das Haus in dem Spiel. Und so, was in der ersten Episode bisher so passiert ist, für die es jetzt nicht gesehen haben, wir spielen verschiedene Charaktere. Einer von den Charakteren, der war bei den Forresters dabei, die vor der Burg von Haus Frey Lager hatten und halt gefeiert haben und so weiter, wegen der Hochzeit. Frey hat dann natürlich Scheiße gemacht, totgehauen Leute und so weiter. Wir sind dann abgehauen, wir sind dann zurück, oder nicht unbedingt abgehauen, wir sind halt taktischer Rückzug haben wir gemacht. Wir sind gegangen nach Hause sozusagen, zu Haus Forrester zurück, zum Land von Haus Forrester, haben da gesehen, wie Leute von irgendeinem Haus, das mir jetzt nicht einfällt, und Haus Bolton unsere Schwester und unseren Vater getötet haben. Wir haben uns ein bisschen gerächt, haben 1 oder 2 Leute von denen getötet, von den 3 Leuten, die da rumgelabert haben, rumgetötet haben. Und wir sind dann dazu aufgefordert worden, zur Wall zu gehen. Die Mauer, das ist eine riesige Eismauer, wo die Night Watch, wenn ich es richtig im Kopf habe, ist im Endeffekt vergleichbar mit Leuten, die keiner direkten Partei oder keinem direkten Haus sozusagen angehören, sondern die einerseits eigenständig sind, andererseits dem kompletten Land dienen. Da kommen eigentlich hauptsächlich Leute hin, die halt irgendwie verurteilt werden oder halt sonst ist halt Mörder, Vergewaltiger und so weiter, die kommen dahin, um halt einerseits nicht zum Tode verurteilt zu werden, sondern für das Land weiterhin zu kämpfen. Dürfen halt dann weiterleben, aber halt eben nur da. Und die verteidigen halt das komplette Königreich. Und gegen was verteidigen die? Gegen zum Beispiel Wildlinge oder gegen die Eismenschen, die Eiszombies, die dann im Winter immer kommen, wenn es halt Winter wird. Noch kurz zur Welt von Game of Thrones. Die Jahreszeiten, die sind nicht so wie in der echten Welt, sondern wenn halt von einem Winter gesprochen wird, dann ist es technisch gesehen auch Winter, wie man es halt als Winter kennt, kalt, Schnee und so weiter. Bloß das geht halt nicht ein paar Monate lang, sondern die Jahreszeiten gehen über mehrere Jahre, soweit ich weiß. Und ja. Und der Winter steht halt auch in der Fernsehserie kurz bevor, beziehungsweise wer die letzten Folgen von der aktuell letzten Staffel, 6. Staffel kennt, der Winter ist gekommen und ja. Aber da sind wir während dem Spiel noch nicht. So. Und nur kurz, ja, wie gesagt, wir sind zeitmäßig von der Fernsehserie gesehen Ende 3. Staffel, Anfang 4. Staffel ungefähr da. So, wir machen weiter. Ach ja, und während dem Überfall.
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Okay. Während dem Zeug, ganz am Anfang, also während der roten Hochzeit und so weiter, ist der Typ, das Oberhaupt vom Haus Forrester gestorben. Und das Haus Forrester hat jetzt einen neuen Lord, der halt noch ein bisschen sehr jugendlich ist und so weiter. Nur so wird's gesagt. Okay, was haben wir hier drin? Right click to back out. Carved Ironwood Tree. Junkish Coin. Unfinished Letter. High Garden Brooch.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Olenna.
Gott, die Namen. Namen kann ich leider nicht so super gut. Ja. Zum Beispiel Olenna. Fällt mir jetzt gerade nicht ein, wer das genau war.
Ethan made this for me.
Ethan müsste, glaube ich, derjenige sein, der jetzt der neue Lord vom Haus Forrester ist. Also das Oberhaupt sozusagen.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos. Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Hochzeit. Marjorie. Das heißt, die Purple Wedding gab's noch nicht. Ist die erst in der 4. Staffel? Kann natürlich sein, ja. Dann müsste der dumme andere Sack noch leben, ne? Der, wie heißt der? Keine Ahnung. Der Typ halt. Ist er 2,5 Staffeln tot? Mir fällt der Name nicht mehr
A
ein.
gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday. King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Ich weiß jetzt auch aktuell nicht, ob überhaupt gesagt wurde, warum die überhaupt in King's Landing ist. Weiß ich jetzt gerade nicht. Oder ob einfach nur gesagt wurde, dass die in King's Landing ist.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ich finde es sowieso ein bisschen merkwürdig, dass eine, die zum Haus Forrester gehört, welches eigentlich,
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
welches eigentlich Haus Stark
No, it's fine. Come in.
damit mit Haus Stark verbündet ist. Dass die hier überhaupt
Begging your pardon, milady, but you alright?
ist.
If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Gute Nacht, so helllichter Tag. Marjorie!
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Die ist ganz cool eigentlich.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
My family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome with grief. But you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us. You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Okay.
Good luck.
Dankeschön. Ah, nee. Nicht die Alte. Ich will nicht mit der reden, die ist doof.
You can do this.
Warum ist denn überhaupt Tyrion da?
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Hallo. Neil.
Your Grace.
The Queen is
Girl knows her
pleased.
courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Wie die Königin.
House
Das
Forrester
ist
is a
nicht die
northern
Königin, das ist die
house
Königin
loyal
Mutter.
to the king.
Wenn dann überhaupt.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is. The girl can speak for her house.
Joffrey hieß
is
der.
the one true king, Your Grace.
Joffrey hieß
And
der.
yet,
We'll remember
for
that.
centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. I take it this is the kind of loyalty the king can expect from you, if you have any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Bolton ist cool.
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
Ach, da war
The
Tyrion
girl
noch.
has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in
Finanzmann.
fact saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Cersei will remember that.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she would...
Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Jetzt habe ich es bei beiden verkackt.
I'll walk you out.
Dankeschön.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to. But I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Tyrion. Beste Lannister. Bolton ist ein blöd Mann. Ja, Bolton ist halt ein Arschloch. Das auf jeden Fall.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It went well.
Really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Nein.
He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match.
Okay.
Sir
Weil Tyrion ist doch schon
and-
mit
What are you doing?
Dings. Sansa.
Well? Sarah?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Sehr gut.
I'm just glad it's over.
Ebenso, ja.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Was ich nur sagen wollte. Bolton ist zwar ein Arschloch, das ist auf jeden Fall richtig. Aber der Typ ist derjenige, der am besten mit seinem Kopf Krieg führt. Der Typ plant super gut. Und der Typ kann sich super gut in in andere Leute reinversetzen. Weiß ganz genau, wie die denken, weiß ganz genau, was die machen würden, wenn er das und das macht und so weiter. Das sieht man zum Beispiel Staffel 6, Episode 9. Super gut. Beim Battle of the Bastards. Bevor es richtig losgeht, was er genau mit dem Halbbruder von, mit dem Anführungszeichen sage ich einfach mal Bruder von John macht und so weiter. Und der Typ ist einer der wenigen Leute, der wirklich super gut nachdenken kann, super gut planen kann, strategisch an sich ziemlich gut ist. Und ja. Andere Sache ist halt, der Typ ist halt ein Arschloch. Das ist auf jeden Fall richtig. Aber was ich halt an ihm mag, ist halt der kann durch Leute durchschauen. Der weiß, der kennt die Leute. Ganz genau und so weiter. Fragen wir nach. Ja. Denk mal, die vertraut uns ganz gut. Marjorie ist auch eine ganz brave Frau. Soweit ich sie kenne. Gegen Ende von der 6. Staffel war sie dann ein bisschen mehr anders, aber ja, egal.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Ciro. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Ja, ich darf schon da.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa. My mother feels it is urgent, my lady. She's unfamiliar with King's Landing and its politics. I hope you can understand that.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Besser als nix. Kings Road. Wen spielen wir? Der zur Wall geht. Tschüss, Pferd. Tschüss.
Seven hells.
Okay, das ist Bolton. Der wird gehäutet.
Shall we?
Hey, Ramsay!
Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Der wird gehäutet.
Not my best work, unfortunately.
Das haben die da hier
I suppose
als,
I
als
have
Wappen.
fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody noise?
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father was the Warden of the North.
Bleib lieber erstmal versteckt.
He does now.
Nicht, dass die mich noch sehen.
How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh! Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something.
Die haben Pferde, die würden mich sonst...
Never mind.
Die würden mich
We've
so oder
wasted
so
enough time already.
einholen. Glaube ich. Ja, die haben Pferde, ja. Ja, der ist tot. Oder auch nicht. Wenn ich jetzt schon so langsam an den Rand laufe. Jumpscare gleich. Hier der gehäutete Mann als Banner. Oh.
Bloody hell.
Ja, der ist tot. Und nicht nur, dass Ramsay durch Leute durchschauen kann und so weiter.
Lord Ethan,
Der kann auch super gut
as I
Leute...
was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership.
Kann auch super gut
But
Leute
300 generations
manipulieren
of Forester
sozusagen. Oder?
Lords stand behind you.
So sieht man
Your father
an...
Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Name
Lord
fällt mir
Gregor
jetzt
the
nicht
Good.
ein. An dem einen Typ von
He
den
was fair,
Eiseninseln da.
wise, and courageous in battle.
I want to be like that, like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone. It took years, if not decades, to earn. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel. Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Was macht ein Sentinel?
Summon the Lord. We need his judgment.
Oh weh.
I've done nothing wrong. I was only trying to survive.
Okay.
Lord Ethan. Maester.
You spoke of judgment, Sir Royland. What judgment is that?
This Craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed. We all fucking know it.
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Why did you do it?
Because I've no wish to die. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks true.
I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day!
Leave the poor man alone!
Mercy, go!
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter.
Then you admit to the crime, in front of all gathered here.
I am only what this house made me. You cannot expect a man to live on loyalty alone.
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
Men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
He's a thief. You can send him to the war.
Leave the man alone. Show him mercy, my lord. He stole from us. Make him pay for what he's done. Give us justice.
I will decide.
Send him to the wall. Take his fingers. He's a thief.
If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord. Please, my lord. My family depends on me.
Also Mercy auf jeden Fall nicht. Weil der ist ein Dieb. Der Lord davor hat ihm 3 oder 4 Finger genommen. Ich könnte ihn aber zur Wall schicken. Also töten kann ich ihn nicht. Das ist schon mal... Ja, ganz okay. Send him to the wall or take three fingers. Mercy nehme ich nicht.
I sentence you to the wall, where you will join the Night's Watch.
No! Please, my lord! My family, without me, they'll die!
That was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due. Not just yourself, of course. It can weigh on any lord.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance. Possessing wisdom.
Who do you think I should choose?
There are 2 capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen Sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your Sentinel will wear this for all to see. Take it.
I understand. I'll do it now.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Okay. Unterhalten wir uns erstmal mit den anderen beiden Kollegen. Dann entscheiden wir uns, wer unser Sentinel sein wird. Was auch immer das sein ist. Schaut mich nicht so erwartungsvoll an, Leute. Hallo, Kleiner. Sich ein eigenes Schwert. Sehr gut.
Careful. Keep at it and you won't have much left. Something to pick your teeth with.
No, Ethan. Look at this. All good swords have a name. I call mine Two Brothers. I carved this to give me strength. And this, so I remember. I mean, I could never forget. But, oh, you know, don't you?
You honor Roderick with this. He was a strong one.
He was. Yeah. Someday, I'll have a real one. But not like that one. Only a lord could have that sword.
You'll have a good sword. I'm sure of it.
I watched you today. I saw what you did to that man. Was he our enemy? A bad man? Everyone keeps talking about them. Enemies. Talia told me what it means.
Rules mean nothing if we don't enforce them. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad. You can't steal. That's a rule.
Well, I say he was bad. Bad men killed Father and Roderick. They need someone to hurt them back. Even worse. I want a real sword. No one's afraid of wood. I'll find the men who took Roderick someday, and I'll make sure I have a real sword when I do.
So, also reden wir mal dem Sir Royland.
Sword up! Swing left! Parry! Wrong! I didn't know
Sir
dogs
Royland,
could hold swords.
A word?
Of course, my lord.
I have many decisions to make, and I wanted your advice. What's the state of our defences? Are these men ready for what's coming?
This lot, ready? No, but they will be. We post anyone who can hold a spear along the parapet, up where they won't get much scrutiny, and put our meanest, nastiest looking brutes front and centre. That'll show Ramsay we're a force in our own right. You've got to project power, especially when you're weakened.
Thank you, Sir Royland. I'll let you get back to training these men.
Thank you, my lord. And I'll be sure to watch out for more deserters. After today, I suspect there'll be more to come.
You're all worthless and weak.
Malcolm.
Ethan. Or should I say Lord Ethan?
Hello, Uncle Malcolm.
I saw what you did today. It's not an easy thing to do, showing mercy to a man who admits his guilt. But if you'll excuse me, my lord, I should finish packing before nightfall. I hope to be off tomorrow. At first light.
But where are you going?
Your mother asked me to cross the narrow sea to find your brother, Asher.
Asher?
She has asked me to return with him, to help the house.
She said nothing of this to me.
Because she fears you will not agree. I told her my place is here, that I'll be of no help to you in Essos. But she insisted. I will hold, of course, until you've spoken with her about this. Just try to be kind to her. She's been living a nightmare made real. But you know that just as well.
She's my mother. Of course I'll be gentle.
I know you will. You're good-hearted, my lord. That is your true strength.
But my mother's fears are not the only ones I face. My people are scared as well. I'm told I must choose a sentinel.
If I may be so bold, Sir Royland is the man for the job.
Yeah.
He'd be a fine choice. And I'd trust him.
Why Sir Royland?
We are at war. You need a warrior by your side. Royland has the respect of his men and will bring strength and discipline to this house. Duncan would offer sage advice, but now is not the time to negotiate. Not with the likes of Ramsay Snow.
Thank you, Uncle.
Ethan, I need to talk to you.
Was ist denn?
Mother told me Mira has asked for Lady Marjorie's help.
Did she?
I knew we could rely on Mira. She always thinks of family above all else. Hopefully Lady Marjorie's influence will be enough. But right now I'm more concerned about you. I saw what you did to that man.
Ja,
You promised
und?
me you wouldn't change, and I believed you.
Der Typ hat
Any more
gestohlen.
mistakes. Everyone knows what happened with Lord Whitehill. Garrett being sent to the wall without my knowledge.
I know. And that wasn't your fault.
Well, I'm the Lord. It's my responsibility. The people want me to lead. They need me to, but...
What?
Wenn ich dem lieber 3 Finger abhacken soll, oder was?
Tell me.
What do you suggest I do?
You must be strong, decisive. You are the lord of this house.
Und jetzt pisst sie sich drüber auf, dass ich den Typen nicht
You're just as capable as Asher or Roderick ever were.
einfach hab laufen lassen, oder was?
I only wish you did too.
You've always given me good advice. Thank you.
Good advice, ja, aber davor erstmal aufgepisst, dass ich genau so bin. Meine Fresse. Ja. Ich glaub's auch fast. Ich find's bloß, weiß nicht.
Duncan.
Yes, my lord.
I have much to consider and face a difficult decision.
Perhaps I can help. Your father often sought my counsel.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
What do you think of Sir Royland? Do you trust him?
He's a fine warrior, my lord. But he's nowhere near ready to serve as sentinel. I do not trust him. He's likely to lose his temper and get us all killed. And at the worst possible time.
Thank you,
Allerdings
Duncan. I appreciate your advice.
I'm at your service, my lord.
Ich würde eigentlich mehr auf Duncan gehen. Weil die Sache mit hier Royland, das ist halt so, weiß nicht. Bei dem einzigen Mal bisher, wo er und der andere mich beraten haben, hat der gesagt, ja, keine Schwäche zeigen, bla 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 bla. Und der andere hat gesagt, ja, weiß nicht. Der andere weiß gar nicht, was der nochmal genau gesagt hat, aber ich bin mehr auf dem seiner Seite gewesen. Ja. War mehr auf dem seiner Seite. Echte.
Maester?
Ich bin mehr auf der Duncans Seite.
I see you've spoken to a number of people. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
Jo.
What is it you're doing over here?
Admiring the ironwood, my lord. I studied it at the Citadel. The wood may be black, but I see gold. An entire forest of gold.
What do you mean?
It is our greatest asset, my lord. Why not give some of our ironwood to House Bolton and have them leave us be? We could ransom ourselves. You can hardly put a price on your own life, or the lives of those you love.
Ransom or a robbery? We may pay him now, but what's to stop him from coming back again?
Lord Eaton, the dangers of today outweigh the fears of tomorrow. My lord, are you now ready to name your sentinel?
Ja.
Yes, Maester. I'm ready.
Very
Maester.
well. I will convene the small council at once.
Ich bin mehr auf Duncans Seite, bloß ich bin mir nicht sicher. Onkel hat Royland vorgeschlagen.
You may sit.
I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Duncan, Royland, this house needs you both.
But you can only choose one, my lord.
Let him be on with it.
Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision.
Weiß nicht, die Scheiße ist, wenn ich dem zum Sentinel mache, dann könnte der angepisst sein und mit meinen ganzen Leuten abhauen. Keine Ahnung. Ich habe keine... Danke, da bitte.
Duncan Tuttle, you will be my sentinel.
Der ist Tuttle. Ernsthaft.
This is reckless.
Ja,
Lord
angepisst ist er.
Ethan has made his choice. I will not disappoint you, my lord.
Linken Weg,
Now,
der war blöd.
Sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
Our scouts say he's only a day's ride from here, with no time to waste.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
There's no need to panic. We can devise a plan to deal with him.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You gamble with the lives of everyone within these walls. Ignore Sir Royland. You named me Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the bloody small council. Lord Ethan deserves to hear from all of us.
Enough! Would my father have stood for this kind of bickering? Neither will I.
Sir Royland is clearly able and ready to take up arms, but the rest of our soldiers are not. We need to take a cunning approach. Diplomacy can be a sharper instrument than a sword.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand.
Gentlemen, please. Thank the gods Mira has asked Lady Marjorie for her help. It's not too late for the Crown to intervene on our behalf. But we must have a plan if Mira's efforts are not successful. I trust Mira's judgment. I don't doubt she did everything within her power to help us.
Mother, what do you recommend we do?
We must give him whatever he wants and be done with it. It's too dangerous to do otherwise.
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad.
Das ist das Einzige, was er
Just
vorschlägt.
give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough!
Also Fight ist Schwachsinn. Fight ist Schwachsinn. Ich glaube nämlich kaum, dass wir einen Krieg gegen Haus Bolton irgendwie gewinnen könnten. Ich habe natürlich absolut keine Ahnung, wie viele Männer wir haben, was wir haben, wie gut genau die ausgebildet sind. Anscheinend nicht besonders gut. Zumindest aktuell noch nicht. Daher ist Fight im Moment nicht besonders toll. Bargain ist vielleicht fürs Erste gar nicht mal so schlecht. Ich glaube kaum, dass das irgendwie langfristig irgendwas bringen wird. Wenn wir dem ein bisschen Ironwood geben und dann hier. Das wird nicht langfristig, aber kurzfristig wird es wahrscheinlich schon ein bisschen was bringen. Diplomacy ist so eine Sache. Vielleicht kann aber auch komplett scheiße sein. Ich geh erstmal auf Bargain.
Maester Ortengrin has swayed me. We will offer the Boltons a share of the ironwood, and we will promise our people to harvest it, thus securing their safety.
As Sentinel and Castellan, I must warn against this. You may do this for some gain now, but in the end, it will starve this house.
If we don't, there may be no House Forrester at all.
If you aren't ready for a fight, you're bound to lose when one breaks out.
Ich bin nicht dafür verantwortlich, meine Leute auszubilden, Kollege.
Forgive us, my lord. We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your father.
Aye.
Well then, let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival.
Entschuldigung.
We could offer him the ironwood in the courtyard.
My lord, making this kind of offer outright may simply embolden Ramsay. There could be trouble, and all the house will be there to see it. Meet him in the hall. It will be more private, and he will not have an audience to play against you.
Lord Ethan?
I will meet him in the Great Hall.
A wise move, my lord.
It's careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
That's enough, Royland. Lord Ethan has given his command.
How many years have I served this house? I cannot listen to that bloody idiot anymore. Forgive me, my lord, but you are not ready to be lord of this house. You're likely to get us all killed.
Sit down at once.
Apologies, my son. But now that it is settled, we know what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow in the Great Hall.
And we will offer the ironwood, providing a safe future for this house.
And don't worry, Lord Ethan. I will stand beside you, where your sentinel belongs.
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the house.
My lord, you have named your sentinel, but you still seem conflicted. And no matter what, you can't be indecisive. Not if you want to help this house. Forgive me.
There will always be those who question your leadership, which is why you need allies you can rely on. Family. Mira has done everything she can in King's Landing, but there are others who can help us. What about your brother, Asher?
Malcolm told me. You want to bring him back.
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it.
Was macht denn der überhaupt in Essos?
And we need all the help we can get.
Yes, I hear what you're saying.
Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles. But when Asher saw it, he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities. But you do not have that anger inside you.
Asher is dangerous and unpredictable. His presence could help or hurt.
Having another sword at your side always helps, especially now. I'm trying to do what's best for this family, what this family needs. Ethan, let me send Malcolm to Essos.
Ja, okay.
Fine. Malcolm will go to Essos and bring Asher back.
Thank you, Ethan. I'm glad you will let me do this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a Forrester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
Abgestürzt. Das Spiel ist abgestürzt. Warum? Es ist abgestürzt. So, wir müssen mal schauen, wo wir jetzt genau waren. Oder wo es abgespeichert hat. Speichert ja automatisch, nehme ich stark an. Aber das ist eigentlich ganz gut, weil ich wollte sowieso demnächst erstmal pausieren mit dem Spiel hier. Mal ganz schnell schauen. Okay. Continue. Okay. Okay, das ist bei der Sitzung. Okay, gut. Dann machen wir bei der Sitzung einfach beim nächsten Mal nochmal weiter. Ist ja nicht so viel. Da sagen wir einfach, ja, da können wir uns vielleicht dann trotzdem nochmal umentscheiden oder so. Vielleicht nehmen wir doch nicht Duncan, sondern den anderen. Aber ich weiß nicht. Ich mag Roy nicht unbedingt als Sentinel haben. Ich mag nicht, dass der einfach hier, wir müssen kämpfen, bla 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 bla. Wenn er selbst schon vorhin gesagt hat, dass die Leute aktuell nicht anständig ausgebildet sind. Was will ich denn da kämpfen? Naja. Mal schauen, vielleicht habe ich meine Meinung bis zum nächsten Mal nochmal geändert und wir nehmen dann doch Sir Royland. Mal schauen.